Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to become a full-time Forex trader and trading from home. And this video will show you how to apply. Now the beauty is that when you are your own Forex boss, you can trade whenever and wherever you like. You are basically your own boss. You determine your own circumstances and your time is your own. So it's ideal for people who want to spend more time with their family or people that don't like their jobs or corporate environments. So if we look at the Forex business, it is actually such an easy business. It is very easy to get into. In fact, as you can see on the screen, all you need is an internet connection and a laptop, and there you are going. There's no stock involved, there's no employees involved, there's no office hours, there's lots of time off. There's very little record keeping. In fact, your broker will do all your record keeping for you, and you don't need to invest lots of money in stock, debtors, and money to pay creditors, and furniture, and all kinds of other things that a business needs. And most importantly, it is very easy to get out of this business. Basically, you switch your laptop off. You don't owe your employees back pay. You don't have to pay your lease up to the date you've committed it to. And there's all kinds of benefits to this business. Now, I often compare this business to some friends of ours who have a very successful restaurant, but they complain every day when we visit them. They complain about the employees. They just want to sell the business. They want lots of time off. The record keeping and bureaucracy of the tax system gets them down. They have hundreds and thousands of dollars invested in stock and equipment, and it is almost impossible for them to get out of the business unless they can find a willing buyer. And if they were to close the business, it would cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the Forex business is so easy. Now, when you're in the Forex business, you only need to focus on two things. That's how simple this business is. You only have to focus on your success rate. And if you are running a store, that's how well you are buying stock that people want. So it's pointless buying stock that nobody buys. You've got to buy stock that people want. So this is in Forex, on average, it's how many deals you enter successfully. That's your success rate. So again, clever buying applies to both types of business. And then your return on risk. When you're running a store, it's the markup that you make on the goods that you buy, that you sell to your customers, or the profit margin as you want. But in Forex trading, it is how much money are you making on the money you're risking. So if you're risking $100 on your next trade, you want to make more or less $100 on if it's successful. That's the kind of thing I'm talking. It's your markup on your risk. And those are the only two things you need to worry about in your business. If you can get your success rate okay and your return on risk okay, you have a flourishing business. Now, in fact, you don't even have to get them perfect. You can make money with a high success rate but a low return on risk, so you can still make money that way. And when you do that, you risk 1 or 2% of your account and you do lots of trades and you just keep on making money. You can also make money with a low success rate and a high return on risk. So in that case, again, you risk 1 or 2% of your account and you do lots of trades. But if you are so lucky that you have reached a point where you have a high success rate and a high return on risk, you are making super profits. And you have turned into a money-making machine. You can risk more. You can risk 2% to 6% of your account, and you can do as many trades as you like. Again, we all know these restaurants where they charge exorbitant prices, yet you cannot get into the restaurant. There is a waiting list of a couple of weeks before you can get into a restaurant. Or you see a queue around the block waiting to get into a particular store or restaurant again. Those are the guys that have got the formula right, where they have a high return on risk and they have a high success rate in a business environment. So you don't have to get everything perfect, but if you can get both right, you are printing money, literally. Now, I have done that for a few years, and I can tell you it is the most wonderful place to be. And the dividing line is very thin. Success rate is anything over 50%, and a high return on risk is anything over 1-on-1. So it's the bar is not that high. But now, what happens if disaster strikes? Let's say you get it all wrong. So you have a low success rate and you have a low return on risk. So therefore you are going to make losses. It's as simple as that. Then all you do is you scale your business down. You start demo trading instead of live trading until you fix the weaknesses in your business, and you risk very small amounts of your account per trade, and you trade very selectively. So even if there are disaster strikes in your business, there's a way of managing your losses so that you don't get hurt and that you turn the business around. And now, in a traditional business, you can't just do that. As I said previously, you've got to do all kinds of things to close or sell your business. So you can apply here, but the thing is, you are already the boss, so you already have the job. It is your decision whether you want the job now. And the other question is, when can you start? Now, I must take you through this business, because most of the people who are printing money, those are the guys that I was talking about earlier, start out as students. They learn everything they can learn about Forex trading. Then they experiment and learn even more by trading a lot, by learning how the platforms work and the tricks to certain elements of trading, and they learn even more. Then it becomes a hobby that they apply all the time, and then suddenly they start making money and it becomes a serious hobby. So they go into it even more and they enjoy it and they work out how it works, and then they start developing serious part-time income from this hobby of theirs. And then it's at that point where suddenly the decision time comes and they have to decide whether to do this on a full-time basis or continue it as a serious hobby. So that's the normal course of events that take place where people work through to get to a full-time income. Now, sometimes this is forced on people. Some of the most successful students and traders that I've encountered were made redundant. So they had to go through this learning curve very, very quickly. And many of them were very successful after 2 or 3 months going through this learning curve. They had the time, they focused their attention on the right things, and that's how they succeeded. But this is the normal way that would take about 2 years for somebody who gets into Forex and slowly learns the business, becomes a serious hobby, and so on. So there is a natural flow. You can't just quit your job and say, now I'm going to become a full-time income trader. There are also other elements that play roles, like your psychological makeup. Some people just cannot stand losses, or they are too dependent on that income for their living, and then there are psychological problems that develop. Anyway, a bit about me now. I'm to give you a bit of background, and I've done this in a previous video. I am a chartered accountant and an MBA. Now, all those studies that I did part-time, because I realized the value of practical work. So when I wrote my chartered accountant's degree, I already had 5 years of practical chartered accountant experience. And that helped me in those degrees. When I did the MBA, I already had 12 years of working experience. That made a huge difference. I was also a director of a very large pharmaceutical companies, two major pharmaceutical companies, and other medical companies. And I'm unfortunately too close to my 70th birthday for comfort at this stage. I have 18 years experience as a Forex trader and as an educator during those years. I have created many profitable robots, and I won't go into detail. And I'm a semi-retired lifestyle. I travel a lot. I've been to 4 continents this year alone. I play golf a lot, quite competitive on the golf side, and obviously Forex is one of my passions. And I'm in the giving back phase of my life. I've done a lot of things. We have reached quite high success levels. So I'm now in the giving back part of my life, getting older. So with that in mind, if you like, I can help you with your career by fast tracking your career. In other words, you don't have to experiment. I know what works. I will show you where you should go to find what works. You don't have to go and experiment and try this and try that and try that and fail here and get involved in scams here and all that kind of thing. I'll fast track your career. I'll clarify the way forward. We'll set goals and you then achieve those goals, and step by step the way forward is clarified. And again, the outright goal is to have a good success rate and a good return on risk. That's the only things you need to get right. It's so easy. And if you've got that right, you are a money-making machine. You're going to be focusing on what really matters. And more importantly, you are not going to be distracted by things that don't matter. That is the biggest thing. When you start trading Forex, it's like a kid walking into a lolly or sweet store. They just see all of these thousands of sweets, and they are completely lost. They are overwhelmed by everything. They want to try and test and taste everything. They want to buy everything. It's like that. The same happens with people that do Forex. They just come into this place and there's so much to learn and there's so much to do, and so they get so distracted that they spend their lives jumping from one suite to the next suite to the next suite to the next suite, and they never buckle down and just trade the things that work. So again, I'm going to offer guidance on increasing your success rate and increasing your return on risk. Now, the problem is I am very, very expensive. Obviously, I've got lots of experience and, that's of a lot of value. So how you join this guidance and mentorship service is you go to our forum, which is shown on the screen right there, and you join it. It costs $40 a month to join this forum. The minute you join it, you are entitled to this mentorship process, or on a one-on-one basis. So you join and you meet up with me in terms of emails and posts, and we discuss your situation and I guide you from there. As simple as that. And there are two services. There's the robot trading service, and then there's the manual Forex guidance service. So now that you've got the job, you are the boss now. The decision is all yours. What you do from now is basically up to you. So if the idea of trading from home, being a full-time trader, appeals to you, then certainly this is worth investigating. I've made you aware of the process that you need to go through, and also the main areas that you need to focus on. And that simplifies the process tremendously. Now, I hope you found this video interesting. And from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.